There's progress in the negotiations on post-Brexit relations. The punitive tariffs on British steel and aluminum introduced by Donald Trump will be abolished. The US has reached an agreement with Britain to end tariffs on British steel and aluminum. At the same time, retaliatory tariffs on over $500 million worth of US exports, including liquor, miscellaneous agricultural and consumer goods, will be lifted, said Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo and Trade Representative Catherine Tay. The punitive tariffs were imposed in 2018 by then US President Donald Trump, Bojo's big friend. Both countries announced negotiations on an end to tariffs in January. Shortly before the agreement was reached, British Trade Secretary Anne-Marie Trevelyan was in the USA for talks. US President Joe Biden's administration is struggling to resolve many of the trade disputes of its predecessor's time, which Tay has said are repairing ties with our allies. It had already reached an agreement with the EU last October and with Japan at the beginning of February, so Britain is further down the queue. The new deal will remove the additional tariffs of 25% on steel and 10% on aluminum on an historic and enduring quantity of British metal products, the US government said. In return, Britain lifted import restrictions on world-famous US goods such as Harley-Davidson motorcycles, bourbon whiskey, and Levi-Strauss jeans. With the agreement, the British government has only achieved part of its trade ambitions with the USA. Because while British Prime Minister Boris Johnson had hoped for a more advantageous free trade agreement with the USA after leaving the EU, Biden has so far given him the cold shoulder. The US is making the prospect of an additional deal conditional on strict adherence to the Northern Ireland peace deal. However, this is threatened by a dispute between London and the EU over custom regulations in Northern Ireland, always again heated up by the British government. And the British government has lowered the terror alert level for the former Civil War province of Northern Ireland. As announced by Northern Ireland Minister Brendan Lewis on Tuesday, it is the first time since the warning system was introduced in 2010 that the risk of attacks has been reduced from the second highest level, from severe, to the third level, substantial. Attacks are therefore still considered likely, but no longer very likely. The classification is carried out by the government's Central Terrorism Analysis Center and the Domestic Intelligence Agency MI5. The more positive assessment shows that Northern Ireland has made and is making significant progress towards a more peaceful, prosperous and secure future, Lewis said in Belfast. But one should not become complacent, the minister warned. Yes, don't forget what the DUP is heating up there. Fighting between paramilitary groups, the police and the British military, raged in Northern Ireland for around 30 years before the 1998 Good Friday Agreement. The Catholic minority laments decades of systematic oppression in the UK, on Ireland which militant groups like the IRA wanted to end by forcibly uniting Northern Ireland with Ireland. Those involved on both sides did not shy away from terrorist attacks and murders. Even today, Northern Ireland has not come to rest. Because of the dispute over Brexit regulations, there have recently been isolated arson attacks and riots. And so, Boris, get this to an end. You signed the deal. Don't forget this. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.